Every club has its legends, every dressing room its secrets, but few stories travel through time like the one born inside Old Trafford on a winter night in 2003. It wasn't a goal or a trophy or even a match-winning save. It was a moment, a flash of anger, a boot kicked in frustration that came to define two of football's greatest figures. David Beckham, the boy who dreamed of playing for Manchester United. Sir Alex Ferguson, the man who turned boys into warriors. Their paths built an empire together until one spark made it collapse. This is not a story about violence. It's a story about pride, ambition, and the thin line between genius and ego. This is the day a flying boot changed football forever. February 15th, 2003. A cold, gray afternoon settled over Old Trafford. Manchester United were desperate to find redemption in the FA Cup after a turbulent season. Arsenal, fierce and elegant, marched in with the confidence of champions. Two empires collided that day, and somewhere inside that storm, one friendship was about to shatter forever. Sir Alex Ferguson had built United on discipline, hunger, and respect. Before kickoff, he told his men, "Lose focus today, now I'll remind you who runs this club." His words echoed like gunfire in the dressing room. For him, football was war, and every soldier had to obey. Arsenal's midfield suffocated United from the start. Vieira dominated, Edu sprayed passes, Wiltord cut through the lines. United looked flat, their rhythm broken. Beckham, once the golden boy, struggled to find space, his famous crosses falling short, his mind perhaps somewhere else. Then came the blow. A free kick from Edu deflected off a red shirt and spun past Barthez. 1-0. Old Trafford fell silent. Ferguson clenched his fists. He despised luck, good or bad. To him, football was about control, not fate. United pushed higher, desperate to respond. But Arsenal struck again. Wiltord found space behind the defense, his shot low and ruthless. 2-0. Ferguson's jaw tightened. For a man who measured pride in trophies, this was humiliation at home. The final whistle blew like a verdict. Arsenal's fans sang while United trudged toward the tunnel. Beckham lingered on the pitch, wiping sweat, disappointment heavy in his eyes. He knew Ferguson would not forget this performance. Inside the locker room, silence weighed thicker than smoke. Then Ferguson erupted. Pathetic defending, no fight, no pride. Boots clattered, bottles flew. He turned toward Beckham. "And you, stop acting like a celebrity and start playing like a footballer." Beckham, red-faced, shot back a few words. Pride clashing with authority. Teammates froze. Everyone had seen Ferguson angry, but this was different. It was personal. The air between them turned electric. And then, it happened. Ferguson, seething, kicked a boot lying near the floor. It flew, spinning in the air, and struck Beckham just above the left eye. Gasps echoed around the room. A line of blood appeared instantly. For a heartbeat, nobody moved. Gary Neville grabbed a towel. Scholes whispered, "Gaffer, stop." Beckham stood, eyes blazing. He wanted to lunge, but teammates held him back. Two legends, one room, and pride too big to share. Ferguson stormed out, still muttering. Beckham sat down again. Towel pressed to the wound, silent. The cut stung less than the humiliation. Somewhere both men knew. Something between them had broken. By the next morning, it was global news. "The flying boot incident," screamed the tabloids. Cameras camped outside Carrington. Beckham arrived wearing a beanie, but soon took it off, showing the stitches to the world. Ferguson later told the board, "When a player starts believing he's bigger than the manager, that's the end." For him, no star could outshine the crest on the shirt. Summer came, and Beckham was gone. Real Madrid offered 37 million euros, and the boy from Leytonstone became a Galactico. He stood beside Zidane, Figo, Ronaldo, a pop icon among football gods. Ferguson called it the right decision at the right time, but years later he admitted, losing David was like losing a son. Even warriors bleed when family falls apart. Beckham's career soared. Trophies in Spain, stardom in Hollywood, influence beyond football. Yet in every interview, when asked about Ferguson, His tone softened. Respect remained, even when closeness was gone. For Ferguson, discipline built dynasties. For Beckham, individuality built legacy. The boot incident was never just about anger. It was about two visions of greatness colliding. Years later, teammates recalled how Ferguson's rage came from love. He wanted perfection, not fame. The boss didn't hate Becks, Neville said. He just hated seeing him drift away. In truth, fame had found Beckham. His marriage to Victoria, his style, his charm, they made him more than a player. He became a brand, something football had never seen before. Ferguson feared distraction. He wanted warriors, not models. To him, the crest on the shirt meant everything. To Beckham, the game was becoming a stage where he could shine in his own light. When Beckham joined Real Madrid, Spanish fans lined the streets. Cameras flashed, banners waved. Bienvenido, Beckham. Football was turning global, and he was its perfect face. Yet in private moments, he missed Old Trafford. That place was home, he said later. No matter where I went, part of me stayed there. Under Sir Alex. Ferguson, meanwhile, built another generation. Cristiano Ronaldo took the number 7 shirt, young, fearless, disciplined. Exactly what Ferguson demanded. The legacy continued, but with a new name. Beckham shone in Madrid, scoring, assisting, learning Spanish. But the Spanish press still whispered, he's the English model, not the fighter. He worked harder than ever to prove them wrong. The truth was, Beckham never lost his fire. Every free kick, every sprint was a conversation with the past. A silent message to the man who had once kicked a boot at him. When Ferguson retired in 2013, Beckham, then also saying goodbye to football, sent a message. Thank you, boss, for making me the man I am. No anger, no wounds, only gratitude. Looking back, the flying boot wasn't tragedy. It was transition, a moment when one era ended and another began. The student had outgrown the classroom, and the teacher had to let go. Today, Beckham owns clubs, charities, and empires far beyond the pitch. But in every stadium he visits, when he glances at the dugout, you can still see that spark, respect mixed with memory. Ferguson, now in his 80s, still smiles when asked about that day. I kicked a boot, not a player, he says, half amused, but I suppose it taught us both something. And perhaps that's what football truly is, a game of passion, of tempers, of human flaws. Even legends lose control, and sometimes one flying boot tells more truth than 1,000 speeches. 2 men, 1 boot, 1 unforgettable story. David Beckham went on to conquer the world. Sir Alex Ferguson remained the godfather of discipline. But in the echoes of Old Trafford, you can still hear it. The thud of a boot that changed football forever. Time has softened the memory, but not the meaning. The flying boot remains one of football's strangest legends. A reminder that even gods of the game are still human. Beckham went on to conquer continents, while Ferguson forged new champions. Yet both men, in their own ways, carried that night with them. Because every scar tells a story, and every story leaves a mark. Maybe that's why we still talk about it decades later. Not because of the blood, but because of what it revealed. That success and conflict often share the same heartbeat. And in the echo of that heartbeat, Old Trafford still whispers one truth. Greatness is never gentle.